Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Paula, and in today's video I will share with you my whole SLG collection. I own altogether 11 pieces of different type of SLGs or small leather goods from designer brands, and I thought I would do this type of video because I feel like I did this type of collection videos when I started my channel like way back. I can link that video here. I don't know if I want to because it's so terrible. I guess the best part is that maybe we as humans learn and improve while doing things, right? Hopefully. I don't know, but if you are interested, I will link that here. I have owned some small leather goods during the years that I have then sold. So if you have seen something on my channel that is not present here, that means that I have since sold it. And I'm really hoping I didn't forget about anything or that I'm able to count. That's also one big part of this. But I thought I would go these through by brands. Maybe that's like the easiest way to approach it. And I'm gonna start with the brands that I only own one of, and so on. Let's start with Saint Laurent. This is the envelope wallet. I feel like that's the small envelope wallet is the name. Whoa, I should have prepared for this video. I can see this becoming an issue. Well, let's see. This, I think, first of all, the color is beautiful and I love the combination of like gold next to this really like cold toned beige grayish thing. I have owned this for a few years, I think, a few years. And there was a time period where I only used this wallet for maybe 1.5 years straight, at least 1.5 years straight, probably even longer. And I have to say that it is visible on this. This is something I got new from the boutique, so this was not pre-owned. I think looking at my SLGs, only one thing I have bought, no, two things I bought pre-owned, rest I've bought new from the boutique. So I don't know if that says anything, but there's clearly a chip here on the hardware. Hopefully you can see it. And also like the hardware, I think, has taken the biggest beating when it comes to this, because otherwise like the corners of this show no wear. And the leather is really durable on this. It's coated with something, and then it's still very stiff even though I use this daily as my wallet, and inside it is super clean. So I think this is a great wallet. The only part is, as I mentioned, that the hardware has started to come off, so the gold is showing silver color below it. Wonderful. But I still feel that this is a great wallet, and especially when I got it, the price point was really decent. I don't know how much it is now. I have a feeling that they have really like raised the prices. But I do love this. I think this is really practical. Inside it has this one major pocket and then 4 card slots, 2 on each side, and then there is a back pocket. So you can really fit a lot of things in here. Plus you can fit this into smaller bags because this is quite narrow and small in that sense. But yeah, this is the only thing I own from Saint Laurent. Moving over to Dior. This is their card holder with these type of card slots. This is old. I've owned this for many years, and I wore only this for many years, which is visible from the corners. This is light pink with patent leather. On the back side, the leather is fine. There is no problems in there. But then on the front, there is some stains on here, which if you know patent leather, I probably can't get this off anymore, which is fine. But the functionality is still there. It's only that the light colored leather has got some color transfer and probably dirt. Like looking at this, probably dirt as well. But I mean, I got this from one Paris trip, and I wore it like crazy. I absolutely loved how this can fit into very, very many places, and the price point then was really good for this type of card holder. And I would definitely recommend, like, this was super practical when I wore it. I used to fit like 2 cards in each slot or something like that. And it was so easy to see which card is where and just like take them from there. Absolutely love this. Maybe I should switch back to this at some point, but I mean, this is really used. If looking at this section, I mean, it has been opened a few times, which is fine. I mean, I think SLGs are allowed to look a bit beaten. I don't know if that's how I would put it, but things that I wear on a daily basis for many years straight, it's understandable if they show somewhere. Maybe that's how I will leave it. Then here is the only SLG I own from Chanel. This is their flap card holder in chevron leather. This is in navy blue or dark blue with gold hardware, and it has a magnetic closure in here. Oh, okay, my cards here, let's see. But there is basically just like one big compartment, and then just like one pocket in here. And this is what I'm using now. I love the fact that this is smaller than the Saint Laurent one, and that's kind of, I switched from this to this because I felt that for some of my bags this was a bit too big and I wanted a smaller one, and this is perfect. I love this. I bought this pre-owned this springtime, and I couldn't be happier, really. This does show somewhere, but I'm okay with it. I'm not bothered. I mean, I didn't want to pay Chanel prices new from the boutique, so what would I get? A used piece then, so that's fine. It works, no corners are broken or anything, and it's easy to use because I don't need to baby it at all. So yeah, I love this. Don't know if I would pay the current retail price that Chanel asks from these though. I would probably try pre-owned, but really, really great. Let's move to Celine. I have 3 pieces from the brand, and we can start with this flat card holder, which has 4 card slots in the front, nothing in the back, and then it has a zipper compartment, which is super useful. Sometimes I put more cards in there, sometimes cash if needed. And I love the fact that this is so narrow that this truly fits into the smallest of bags. And this just like, this won't take much space like width wise. So definitely, I don't know how it took me so long to get one of these like flat card holders. That many brands who sell these, and I do have one like smaller card holder, like purely card holder, which is coming up, and it is too small for my needs. So that's why I wanted also this one. If I would have wanted only like a very narrow thing, I would just went with the card holder I originally had. But this is really great. Something that I have been wondering is that maybe I made a mistake of taking this light color, but I love it. So if it will show somewhere, so be it. This is my Celine, was it key coin pouch or something similar. So it does have a key hook in here, and then otherwise it's just a big pouch. I have made a comparison video between this and the Louis Vuitton Pichette clé or the key pouch. So if you are interested in my thoughts of how these differ, spoiler alert, I still do own the key pouch as well. But if you want to have like more comparison, I will link that video here. You can go and check it out. But this is like truly wonderful. This is so durable. And I really love the fact that this is so well made. I was first very concerned that this white would somehow rub off, but it hasn't, not even at all, not even a tiny scratch, nothing. It is perfect. And I love the fact that the zipper goes past this corner. So this has a really, really big and practical opening. Love it. So yeah, this is great. I was really thinking if I would consider this as an SLG or not, but I still thought that I've used this as like a catch-all in bags. So maybe I use that also as like a pouch and not only as a clutch. But this I have purchased pre-owned as well. This is Celine, surprise, surprise. I got so madly in love with the combination of this tanned leather with this like natural colored canvas. I love it. This actually has the same zipper effect, that it goes past the corner here, which makes the opening so easy. And this fits like all that I need if I want to just like grab and go to the closest cafe or whatever. Like really, really great. And if I don't want to be like super branded, I'll just turn it over to the other side. It has this lovely wrist thingy, a bit stiff leather, but I don't really mind. But definitely I was so happy when I saw this on the pre-owned, because this came with all and the price was not bad. So definitely a happy shopper in that sense. And I really have been avoiding buying these type of pouchy clutches because I know I don't use them. But this I have actually worn. So a good purchase and really, really summery for some reason. That's how I imagine this. But yeah, the final piece from Celine. Moving on to Louis Vuitton. I'll go in size order with Louis Vuitton as well. So this is my flat card holder in epi leather from Louis Vuitton. It has the LV in here. Otherwise, there is no branding. The color is just amazing. And I think that is the reason why I'm holding on to this. I haven't used this in years. But the color is just like, the reason why I bought this was the color, and I just can't part with it. Because I love the color so much, so I'll just keep it. But this has one pocket here, one on the other side, and one in the middle. So very, very compact. And that was the reason why I felt the need to buy the bigger Celine card holder, because I didn't want to stuff this with many cards into one slot. I didn't want to like stretch it out. And I just need more cards than 3 usually when I'm out there. But this is just super, super cute. The color is called Seaside, if I remember correctly, but this was a seasonal thing years ago. Louis Vuitton does bring similar shades once in a while, but this is the first. Second biggest from my Louis Vuitton is my Louis Vuitton Key Pouch. Currently using it, so have my house key and my office key in here. This is just super essential to me right now. I've gotten so used to carrying my keys in a pouch that I get a heart attack now if I see someone putting a key just in their leather bags. I don't know, I'm just like so used to protecting the insides of my bags from keys that I couldn't really see myself living without one. Of course I could live without one, but maybe you get the point. It wouldn't need to be Louis Vuitton, but as I have it, I mean, I'm using it. I love the fact that this is smaller than the Celine one, so also like very easy to put into different bags. And as I'm using this purely for my keys, this works perfectly. Here we have my biggest question mark in my Louis Vuitton items. The Louis Vuitton mini pochette in the monogram canvas. I have contemplated in selling this for so many years now because I don't use it. I mean, it's lying on my shelf untouched for a few years now. And then maybe I used it once as a catch-all in a bag, and then like I don't use it. But it's just something that, because the price has gone up so much since I got this. I paid 200 euros when I got this, and now was it 500 euros or something like that. And during these years I've seen people sell their mini Pichettes with a higher price point than what they are sold on Louis Vuitton, because I think Louis Vuitton either didn't produce as many, or then they were just so popular that people were not able to buy from Louis Vuitton, so they were willing to pay a premium on the pre-owned. That I feel like is not the case anymore. Maybe the price is just too high that people are not willing to pay overpriced from the pre-owned. But nevertheless, I was kind of thinking that if I hold on to this for a while and be really certain if I want to sell it or not, because I know that I will never ever dare to buy this again. So if I would change my mind after sold it, well, tough luck. So I've decided to keep it for a while. And like, to be honest, doing handbag videos, it's really easy to maybe compare how this fits into them. But is that a good enough reason to keep something? I don't know. But as I'm not in a rush to sell, this is my mini Pichette. My most recent addition to my Louis Vuitton collection is a packing cube. This is the PM size, and I bought this summer after seriously promising myself that I'm done with Louis Vuitton. Well, it turns out I'm not done with Louis Vuitton. I'm not done with their travel line, because that's what I use Louis Vuitton currently. Maybe I'm done with everything else, who knows. But I'm really surprised of how great this is, and especially considering the price point of the nieces, the different sizes. I think they are really expensive, and they differ from this with a handle in here. So just saying, if you are contemplating like getting a niece mini or micro or something, maybe the packing cubes could scratch that itch for you, and you could save a bit of money, who knows. But I love this. I have another travel piece coming up next, which I've had for many years, and I completely am obsessed with it. But when I've been traveling, it hasn't really been enough for me for all of my like hygienic products and toiletries and whatnot. So I bought this to accompany on those travels where I need to bring a bit more. Works wonderfully. And then at home I keep this on my shelf, and I have my perfumes in here. So I have them here and then the lid open, and I love it. So I'm super pleased so far with the packing cube. Sounds so bougie of like, I have a Louis Vuitton packing cube, but I do, and I love it. Final Louis Vuitton item is my Toiletry pouch 26. This I have owned for many years, and I would say out of all of my Louis Vuitton SLGs, absolutely my favorite. I would part with all the rest of them, but this I love. Since buying this, I don't even know how many years ago, this has come with me on every overnight trip I have had, and I do have them quite often. We go to our cottage. We have 2 cottages available, so we go to those. I have worked quite many business trips. If I'm completely honest, we do travel quite a bit, both locally or like inside Finland as well as abroad. So there are quite many like overnight trips that I do during a year, and I take this with me on them always. So this has gotten a lot of use and wear. And when I'm not traveling, I have it on my shelf next to the packing cube, and they just like look like a cute combo. but I can't really speak highly enough for this. It's such a shame that Louis Vuitton kind of went and ruined this. I guess it's because they noticed that people are using this as a bag and wanted to kind of get more money out of it, because this was also selling by a premium on the pre-owned at one point. So, I mean, I think that's just smart business. If they see that people are willing to pay more for that item, why wouldn't they want that money? Why would they be okay by someone buying it from them with the price X and then selling it with a X plus something onwards? Like, of course they want that plus something to themselves. I'm not blaming them, that's just business logic. But it's really still kind of a shame that they went and kind of did things and made it, I would say, really expensive, considering it's a toiletry pouch. That's just my opinion. But this is one of my best luxury purchases I've ever made. I love it. And if I haven't forgotten about something, those should be my SLGs, all that I own. I don't have that many, and I'm usually not into buying them. I'm not collecting anything. I buy them to be able to use, and I don't really switch out from my SLGs or something. So currently, for instance, these three, these are just lying in my shelf while I'm using this, and that's just how it is with me. I feel a bit bad that I own these and they are just lying there, but yet again, I just don't want to sell them right away when I get a new wallet that I would just let go. Plus this was a present, and actually this was as well. I do tend to keep presents that I get. If I buy something with my own money, it's different, sell it, whatever, just me losing on it. But if someone actually gifts me luxury, I don't think it's appropriate to sell, because it's a gift, it's a nice thought. So but anyway, so I haven't even thought about selling these, and I feel like this is so dirty and used that it's not really worth selling anyway. But otherwise, I don't really like to have multiples of different things, because I only need one of each, and needing is not probably accurate. I could just go to a regular store and buy with 10th of the price the same things. So who am I here to talk about needing anything? I don't need any of these things. But because I am in a really lovely position to be able to have them, then my thought process is that I kind of need only one of each. Same goes with these. If I would dare to sell this, I would have already done so, but the color is just super beautiful. And then, I mean, I'm just like eating my own words, because I do have similar pieces, but I do have 2 key pouches. At one point, I used only this for work because it was so easy to have my work keys on the key hook. And then when we went for lunch and whatnot, I could put those cards in here and just grab this, not the handbag. But one of my work offices changed and I didn't have such a massive key anymore. So I kind of switched into this for both work and home, and trying to figure out when I will switch into this. But knowing myself, it won't happen anytime soon. That's it. Do you feel like this is too many, or is this a few, or how do you see small leather goods? I feel like it's so easy to kind of buy small leather goods because they are at the lower price point, and at least for me they are a lot more attainable than handbags. But I have tried to avoid that thought process as much as possible, because I want to save up for the bigger things. And if I would go and buy SLGs every month, every 2 months, and so that will always take away from the saving of the big price, which are bags. So that's why I'm quite happy with this amount of stuff, and I'm not really dreaming of anything else. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.